Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 180 of the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies Podcast. We're brought to you by Black Belt Digital Marketing. Anything you need to build your business on or offline. It's website design, SEO, Google Ads, graphic design, even printing can absolutely help. Check us out at Black Belt Digital Marketing on Instagram or our website, which is bbdigitalmarketing.com. You can request a free review of your online presence today. It'll tell you everything about your local marketing and what you need to do to improve. My name is Milton Campus. I'm a black belt training out of Coral Springs BJJ down here in Coral Springs, Florida. Don't forget to like, comment, save, share, and click that subscribe button. We appreciate all of your support. Joining us today is Brandon Whitman. He's the CEO of a craft spice company called Moo-Jitsu. Very interesting name. Very interesting story.
Looking forward to it, guys.
Yeah. Hang out a couple of minutes here. We're going to do a couple of shout outs. I'm going to toss it to my co-host, Ben Stark. Say hello, Ben.
Hello. My name is Ben. Is this when I talk about myself?
This is when you talk about yourself.
Oh, hi.
Hey, everybody.
My name is Ben Stark. I am a third-degree black belt under American Top Team and the owner and head coach of American Top Team Palm Beach Gardens. If you are looking for a martial arts facility, if you are a fighter, or just a beginner hobbyist, we are the spot for you. Check out attpbg.com. Now, for my fighters, my competitors, and of course, all of the promoters watching out there, if you are looking for the absolute best in athletic and sport tape, check out Fight Tape at fighttape.us. You can get them by the roll. You can get them by the box. And if you want them with your name on it, we can do that too. Hit us up, fighttape.us. Thank you, Milton.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
So you can white label.
Of course.
Put their logo on it. Fight Tape. That's awesome.
You know how we do. Always upgrading.
Oh, I'm gonna make your life even more difficult. So you do get right. Somebody orders, they can order Fight Tape and the gauze, right?
Yeah.
Do they print? I've been like sometimes I see like a UFC
tape?
fight like on the tape and it like literally prints on the whole thing.
Yeah. You can do custom printed tape, but you're looking at like in the thousands.
It gets expensive.
You can't just get 100 of them. You got to get thousands.
And the whole thing with your brand too is to like high quality, low cost.
100%.
But if somebody wants to spend a couple bucks,
right? If you want it like with your logos or labels on it, we can do that.
Yeah.
If you want it with your stuff printed, we can do that
on the tape.
Yeah, those will all take longer and they'll require larger orders.
Okay, all right,
but they are totally doable.
Nice, man.
How's
everything going?
No complaints.
Yeah,
the fight season's kind of over. People take the last quarter of the year off from shows.
Yeah.
They're just Christmas costs are coming up.
Yeah,
so we're a little slow, but the new year is coming, and I can feel it picking up.
Yeah. This is for the marketing world, which is is my 9 to 5. I tell people every year if it's going to get slow, it's going to get slow between Thanksgiving and the second week of January is when it picks up.
Yeah.
But every year that I've said that, and I hope it's the same this year, we always get a couple of new clients, and it might be slow, but we pick up a couple of new clients, which means a lot of work on the back end to get them up. And
I've strangely enough in the gym had a push the last 10 days where I'm getting not even from my marketing, just people calling me. We're coming in. We're going hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that's good.
It's awesome.
That's good. There's some, I know you work with GoPro. I always want to say GoPro.
So do I.
So they manage your local presence along with,
sir.
Yeah. So this is now, do you feel is it sometimes are people giving gifts, or is this just hey, downtime and I'm just getting more calls period because of the marketing?
I'm getting a lot
or
more
is it
parents right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always parents gift MMA lessons
depending on the age of their kid. 20 somethings, I've had parents come in and do, hey, can I just get them a month? Have them try it out. Can I pay their trial and just let them do their thing?
You'll do that, right?
But recently I've been getting hey, my 9-year-old, my 11-year-old. I'm which is what I want. My giant market is adults. My small market's kids. So I'm trying to expand those kids out as well. Right? Yeah.
I saw your Nerf gun.
Dude, that thing was awesome.
Yeah, that's some are you taking those suggestions from Maya to do those
I did a bunch
parents'
last year.
night out kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. My wife got a second job and she does my programming.
Mm-hmm.
So when she took that second gig, I was oh, I'm not good at programming. So I fell off for 2 months. Then I was what am I doing? I can manage this.
Yeah.
And so I brought him back.
Okay.
We already now I'm planned out for the first quarter of next year, eking into the first half. As long as I got a calendar, I can make it happen.
Nice, man. All right. So I'm going to talk about Academy Safe real quick. Thank you for the video that you put out.
Yes.
Very cool video that you just did on your own. Love it. Make sure you send it to me so I can I'll put it in our posting schedule. We are also brought to you by academysafe.org. We are a nonprofit whose mission is to help clean up the martial arts by advocating for background checks, U.S. Center for Safe Sports certifications, and concussion training for coaches and staff members in academies throughout the United States and Canada. I'm the founder and executive director. Rob Ingram is our executive VP. Rob Ingram from McDojo Life. It is now at McDojo Life 2.
I can't believe his account got
Yeah, he's trying to fight for it. I don't know. I think it got taken down. For like, you get like copyright strikes. You get a lot of people I think copyright strikes. Because I don't want to talk out of turn here. We didn't speak a lot about it. I know he's trying to fight for the page still, but like if you put up a video, you're the bad guy, and you put up a video, or he's using a video of you, you can like maybe like hit it with a copyright strike. There's like security camera footage that gets out, that gets leaked. So I think he gets copyright strikes like, hey, he doesn't have the right to use it. That's my footage, even though they're the bad guy. So I think enough of those, and you can. That's why
the celebrities have their backup accounts. They post everything.
When I saw it, I was like, oh, he's got a backup account. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, he's just doing a backup count now. He was at 760.
Yeah,
he was at, I think, 760 plus thousand followers on Instagram. Wow, imagine
that's a career.
Imagine how many little bottles of spice you're going to be selling. I should have brought the spice. You didn't bring the bottles?
Oh man, we had a big event yesterday and sold out.
That's great.
I was like,
that's awesome.
I was like, I don't need to bring any of the bottles that you gave, because I've been using them. I don't need to bring any. Yeah, it's fucking delicious.
Okay, hold on. Let's get into this because
hold on, wait. Let me finish Academy Save. I'm sorry, we get off on a tangent. See, so yes, Rob's page got taken down, but you can follow him at McDojo Life #2. Or just 2. And, together we're trying to change the way that people, kind of vet and choose martial arts academies. You are our first. We're
first in Palm Beach, third in Florida.
Third in Florida, first in Palm Beach County, meaning accredited academies. And, it's not just the background check and the U.S. Center for Safe Sport. We got you. You trained up in CPR, first aid, AED training. You got an AED for the facility. We verify rank, lineage, belt rank and lineage, and then we also check business insurance, security systems, cameras, videos. Right? Yeah. So, there's 8 different things that a coach has to do. But, it's all like things. A lot of people be like, I already do all that stuff. How do I join?
Yeah.
All right, listen, we have to do the background check. And if you did the safe sport, it'll carry over to our side.
I've had 2 new parents this week. And in the intro, I'm like, I put the sticker on my desk. Okay. So when you're filling out your paperwork, it's right here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, by the way, and as it's not, I haven't even smoothed out the spiel, but I just hit them with the facts, and all of them were like, oh, okay. Like they perk up. They're like, really? Is this normal? Actually, we're the only one in the county. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Well, that's what it gets a great response.
As great as that is now, I want it to be the norm. I want it to be like
it should be.
When that parent is sitting there getting ready to sign, hey, do you guys do background checks? You don't do background checks? Or at least they're sitting there because they found them on Academy Safe. So check us out at academysafe.org. You can get your academy registered today. You can use code JJDFIVE. It's JJD5, but spell out the number 5. JJDFIVE. You get a few dollars off your membership. All you need to do is, I should say, you don't need to have anything to get started. We make you a member as soon as you pass the background check. The owner passes the background check. We give you a listing page, and then we show what you've completed and when. And when you're done with everything, then you get an accreditation. We send you some stickers, T-shirt, mug, send you a couple of stickers for your front door, back door, desk, things like that. And then you can start talking about it. I recommend, if you didn't do it, put the graphic that we sent you, put it on your website, at least the footer, link to your page on our website, which is smart, so that they can go, well, what is this? And they can click on it and be like, okay, see what we do, and that, what the process that you went through. So again, academysafe.org, check it out, and just message us, fill out a contact form, or email the email on the footer of the website for any help. It's support@academysafe.org. And last but not least, thank you to our friends over at Flow and Roll, hands down the best custom gi and no-gi gear in the business. Visit them on Instagram at flow_n_roll. Check out their custom designs that they create for academies and competitors across the country. Gym owners, stock up on your gis and no-gi kits at flowandroll.com today. You can use code JJD to get 20% off your online order. And they have a really cool pre-order program. So if you're a new gym owner, you're just getting started, or you see a way that you can benefit from having your products on their website for sale to your students so that you don't have to lay out a lot of money. It's basically what the pre-order program is. So put your designs up, people can order. The profit from that can cover what you need for inventory for your gym, and you probably only put out a few $100s to get everything done versus, a new gym, how many gis and like how
most of the factories, they want you to get ideally 50 at a minimum. So you're looking at, if you're lucky, like $35, maybe 30
per gi
times 50.
Like
yeah.
gi, yeah. So, I mean, then look at your no gi, your shorts, your tops, potentially belts. You can get all that on his site, pre-ordered. He sends it right to your students. So he's not even sending them to you to give to your students. He's sending them directly to them. You get, with the gis, you get a nice little backpack bag. I don't have one here. Little backpack. It says Flow and Roll on it. Really cool. And, you don't have to worry about, okay, little Johnny, what size did you have? Right? He'll deal with them. It's just like a regular customer. But again, then the profit, you get to talk to him about the markup. Whatever the markup is, that's yours. And then you can apply that towards your larger order. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way of getting.
So the owner could, like, if he doesn't have it in his gym, he can just turn his kiosk around and be like, it's right there.
Yeah, you can, and anybody can log on. You can just go on your phone, go on the computer, just visit Flow and Roll. You go to there's a partners tab or schools tab, and you just hit the drop down. It'll show you all the schools that have active pre-order. Choose your school, and boom.
That's great.
Yeah, man. So again, go to flowandroll.com, and just on your regular individual orders, not on your bulk orders, you get 20% off if you buy a belt, a T-shirt, whatever you buy from there, 20% off with code JJD. All right. Thank you for being patient, brother.
No problem.
That was 10 minutes.
Not bad.
So.
I do have a collaboration we're doing with Flow and Roll.
Oh, yeah.
On that exact same
Well, that's
topic,
how we
so,
met, right?
yeah.
That's how we met. So Brandon, founder, CEO of Moo-Jitsu.
Yes, sir.
Partner, is the guy that I met. Partners?
He's one of the 4 partners.
Okay.
Plus our spouses.
Okay.
It is myself, best friend, close family friend, and then my dad and my brother.
Okay. So let's tell everybody what the heck Moo-Jitsu is.
Moo-Jitsu. So yes, we are a jiu-jitsu inspired craft seasoning company.
Okay. Because of course, when you think jiu-jitsu, you think craft spices, right?
Exactly.
Craft spices means barbecue rub?
It is both for barbecue grilling as well as in the kitchen.
Okay.
So all of our rubs are actually low sodium, so not your typical Texas barbecue rub, high in sodium. These are all under 140 milligrams, so they very high quality ingredients, no fillers, no substitutes, great flavor, and would love to tell you guys about it.
Yeah, man. So again, all jokes aside, like you're not thinking, the first thing you're thinking of when you're thinking jiu-jitsu is not like, oh, let me get my jiu-jitsu spices.
Correct.
So tell us how this all came about.
Yeah, so my kids have been in jiu-jitsu now for, my daughter for 3 years, she's 9. My son for about 1.5 years, he's getting ready to turn 6. They'd been active in competing in tournaments, so we were at a new breed tournament last October over in Port St. Lucie.
Okay.
It was a Sunday driving back from the tournament, coming across the state back to Sarasota, and near like the Lake Okeechobee area, there were a few different large ponds, and there was like 100+ cows out there swimming, wading in the water. The kids were cracking up. They had no idea that, hey, like, daddy, cows can swim. And I was like, yeah, cows can swim. And they're like, well, what else can they do? And I was like, oh, they can do a lot of stuff. And so my daughter was like, well, can cows do jiu-jitsu? And I was, playing around. I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? Why kill the energy? And so then we started all combining, like, how do you combine cows and jiu-jitsu, cow jitsu, et cetera. And then my daughter came up with, it would be Moo-Jitsu. If cows could do jiu-jitsu, it'd be Moo-Jitsu.
Okay.
And so we just had a 3.5-hour road trip, time to kill, and started going down that rabbit hole. I've always been like the entrepreneur, really into food and cooking. Had thought about doing a food truck in the past. Me and my dad had talked about seasoning company, and the idea just kind of popped in our head that day on the drive home. It was like, what if we could turn this into something cool? A business that we started as a family. We've been wanting to do it, and Moo-Jitsu just sounded like too cute of a name to pass up. So started doing research. Are there any jiu-jitsu seasoning companies, which there are not?
So how did you get to seasonings, though? I'm sorry if I missed it because I was actually Googling, can cows swim? Because I had to know. And it's yes, by the way. I'm like,
Yes,
I've never even seen like a cow wading in the water.
I had never either, and there was like 100. So
Yeah?
it was like a sight to see. And I was like, I mean, honestly, when I'm telling my kids, yeah, they can swim, I was like, I've never seen them except for we have a neighbor and they have a cow and it'll wade through the water. But anyway, the way we got to the seasoning on that drive home was that me and my dad had actually been talking about that in the months prior. Like he was talking about, he's a big seasoning guy, bulk order. He's trying all these different rubs out, and it just came to my head on that drive home. I was like, what if we turned Moo-Jitsu into a seasoning company and then made puns on the names, on the submission names? And so there's tons of submissions in BJJ. And so got home, started doing a lot of research on ChatGPT, like all of the submissions, how could they play into cool names for products? Ended up landing on 4 seasoning blends. So we've got our Kimura Black, a play on Kimura. That's an umami, rich seasoning. It's a black activated charcoal, so it has activated charcoal from coconut shells. It's got Urfa Biber flake. It's a rare Turkish pepper, coffee powder, Worcester powder, porcini mushroom powder, salt, pepper, garlic roasted. So it's a black. We originally designed it to go on beef. Our other 3 are armbar red, which is a kind of a spicy barbecue. It's got gochujang Korean pepper. It'll take you to the edge, but it won't ruin your day. My kids still eat the food.
It's just hot enough to be
just hot enough,
but still flavorful.
We've got our green spice, which is our play on omoplata. It's omoplata.
I was going to say, I hope you're using omoplata.
We got it. And that's like a garden fresh garlic herby, salt, pepper, garlic blend. Very, very versatile. And then our last one is our Rear Naked Gold. Rear Naked Chokehold didn't really sound like advertising a choke on your label.
On a food label.
Rear Naked Yellow didn't sound as good either. And in the Moveverse, you can have a little bit of creativity on the belt color. So we landed with Rear Naked Gold. That has a hint of cinnamon, Aleppo pepper, marjoram, sumac. It's delicious spice. It's got 19 different ingredients. So those were the 4 that we landed on. Our slogan when we go to markets is, especially if they know jiu-jitsu, it's like, hey, don't make us twist your arm, since we've got the arm bar, the omoplata, the kimura. So, but they're all, very, I think the tie-in with BJJ is that people are in it for multiple reasons, but a lot of times it's about self-healing, taking care of your body, eating cleaner. And so we, overall Moo-Jitsu, we kind of created this like universe where it's Professor Moo. It's based on my daughter, her and her, other animals of the Moo-verse in this flavor dojo. They're the defenders of great flavor. And so we knew if you start with defenders of great flavor, you can't have a cheap, heavy salt seasoning blend. You really have to go with premium ingredients. So we ended up figuring out how do we go to market in 6 months or less. Ended up doing a lot of research. Came across a few different co-packers. We landed with the Spice Guy. He's based out of Denver. FDA approved. He's got like 2,500 different seasonings in his warehouse. So we flew out there, sent him some recipes ahead of time to collaborate on. Got out there, cooked for like 2.5 days, iterated 3 times on each season.
Are you cooking in his facility? There's a place to do it? That's cool.
And they were all ex-chefs, line cooks. So they did an awesome job, cooked us some great food. At the end of day 3, all of the food was ready. It was delicious. They basically did every spice on, 4 or 5 different cuts of meat, and we loved them. We got an illustrator and a graphic designer to do our label and art on our bottles.
Who came up with like the story, the tie-in of the story? Was that you? Did you guys have that and then bring in a designer? Or did somebody help you with kind of the storyline as well?
The storyline was all...
You said things like Dojo and Professor Moo, and
that was all me, my co-founders, and our kids. Yeah. So when you're like testing out different, like we were using AI to make art for like kids coloring books, and we would take a stack of coloring pages to the gym, and like they were flying off the shelves. Like all of the kids loved them. They're like, we made some stickers. Again, all of the kids are going up to Professor at the end of class. Like, can we have these? Go upstairs to the Team Mastery has a really cool like upstairs play area for the kids. So they're always up there coloring the pages. I think the way we really got to the story of like Professor Moo is the cow, Professor Cluck is the chicken, Professor Cluck Fu. And then Professor Pork or Professor Piggy, depending on which one of my kids you ask. Those are the three characters.
That's what they call me at the gym, by the way.
Our graphic designer had pushed back, like maybe there would be confusion if a cow is selling pig or chicken seasoning. And
No.
I started
Chick-fil-A.
thinking, it's exact the exact
right,
example. I was like,
eat more chicken.
Yeah.
What is it? Which way does
Eat
it
more
go?
chicken.
The cow says eat more chicken.
Yeah.
so I said, well, if a customer can drive into a chicken restaurant with a cow selling it and they're not confused on what they're getting, why can't the Mooverse really make up any rule? And so that's kind of how we landed on that. And then we just started doing different character development. So Professor Moo is upholds all of the values of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Professor Pork is the slow, everything takes time, patience, hard work, as you would roasting any pork roast. And Professor Cluck is like our health and fitness. So, teaching kids to eat their vegetables. And, we think we've put together some good seasonings that, they're kid tested. We test in our kitchen with our kids and landed on stuff that is, it's really tasty. We're, local in Sarasota, Bradenton, and we're just trying to get the Moo-Jitsu and the movers out to the world for people to taste.
So you were doing do I want to call it a giveaway? You were doing something with Flow and Roll.
Yes.
Is that built into the business model from what I understand, like helping kids who want to compete but maybe don't have the money to compete? Was that what that program was that you were doing with Flow and Roll, and is that still going on?
Yep.
Is that built into the model of the business though? Are you doing that all of the time?
We
are.
It
just that one promotion.
So we've only done one with one gym, which is our local one. We currently have a collaboration with Flow and Roll. So they're helping with the whole pricing model that you were talking about.
Okay.
We're doing the same thing with them. We fronted the cost of the gym for like the designs for the rash guard, the fight shorts, the spats, and then we also came out with a Flow and Roll T-shirt. Okay. And then we're taking proceeds. Flow and Roll, Sean, he gave us a discount to like lower the cost, and then we're selling them to the gym with, there are some margins in there that we're going to be donating the proceeds to raise funding for kids, to put kids on the mats, and that was the goal. It's our Move for Kids initiative. Okay. So far, we also have in the Team Mastery gym, we have like 40. All four of our spices, we have a custom shelving we built. And so there's like 40 bottles of seasonings over the last 3 months. They've been, a handful of people have bought. And then this past week at the Fuji tournament in Land O'Lakes last weekend, we sponsored 2 kids to go to the gym. The goal is we have a pre-sale with Sean. It ends this Friday. The goal is if we're able to hit the minimum thresholds, that we'll be able to take the proceeds and hopefully get some more kids on the mat soon.
Okay.
So the gym is independently going, hey, we're selling the spices. And then if you say, 100 bottles, 300 bottles, whatever. Yeah. If we hit 100 bottles, then we can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids.
We haven't done it at that scale yet. So it was
But it's also not the bottles, it's the gear as well, though, right?
It's really both.
It's both.
It's both. So we were selling initially while we were working with Flow and Roll on the art designs. We got the bottles in the gym first at Team Mastery. And then I think we did close to, $400 or so in revenue. And so we took the funds out of that and gifted 2 gift cards to the gym owners for them to allocate to the kids that they know that they've either been sponsoring personally or the kids just don't get to go to the
Now, again, that sponsoring, is that specifically for training or for competing, going to competitions?
Initially, we started with competitions. We've talked about scaling if there were other local BJJ gyms or even gyms around the country. How can we partner? We're a business, so obviously we're trying to be successful, but we see that there's a gap, that there are a lot of times kids that get sponsored are the best kids. We see the kids that want to be one of the best kids, but maybe they can't go to all the tournaments, and it's, they're frequent and they're expensive cost adds up. So we started off of like, hey, well, what if we could get more kids on the mats to these tournaments? We're pretty flexible on that. It's not our main initiative. It's something that we know that we can still pay it forward to the community we've been living in and a part of for the last 3 years. And so, we're pretty open. Definitely, our sights are set. We're selling our seasonings, but it's like if we're able to get our brand out there and help kids along the way, that's been what we've been trying to do recently.
So it's always funny. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm like, does he have me beat? How long have you been training?
Me training 2 months.
Just 2 months. Okay. Because I think I was training probably for about 4 months when I started my first jiu-jitsu related company or like MMA. That was the Fighter Inside. I still have the name. It's our parent company name now, but the Fighter Inside was a brand I started.
It's a book.
Tried to start with the coach.
The Fighter Inside is a book.
There is a book there.
It's a good book if you haven't read it.
ThefighterinSide.com. It still leads to, I believe it still leads to the t-shirt side. I think that's where I have it pointed. But yeah, like I'm thinking like record time, like amount of time.
But technically it's 3 years because of the kids.
The kids.
Now
Yeah.
hold on, I have a couple questions. One, did you receive spices before the show?
Yeah. So I was
because I don't have any spices.
So I hung out at the IBJJF Fort Lauderdale event a couple of months ago now, I guess.
Yep.
They were there. We had, Sean supports Academy Safe. So I come and hang out and like, I wind up bringing people that I know, like people come and say hello. So people that I know come to the booth. I shouldn't even call it a booth. He's got like a freaking store set up. Yeah, it's huge. And then he also introduced me to the gym owners, obviously, right, to network for Academy Safe and spread the word. So I was out there. I wound up going out there with really my team, and I was like, hey, you're going to be there. Hey, I'll come and say hello. Always, whenever he's around, I try to say hello. And then I wound up it was like so much going on that I just wound up going both days. I was there for like 8+ hours each day.
Oy.
I didn't expect that, and I even helped them break down. I killed my back. I helped them break down and pack up when they left on that Sunday. But when he mentioned it, I saw it on the table, and then they showed up on, I think it was Sunday, right?
Sunday, yeah.
They showed up on Sunday, so then we started to talk, and I was just like, oh, this is a cool idea. Let's, let's hook up. And then I think I left with like one of each.
You got the 4-pack.
So I had it. I've used them. I do a lot of air. I'm not a barbecue guy. I'm, single guy in an apartment now. So I just use it in the air fryer.
You heard that, ladies? He's delicious. Single, and he has an apartment.
Single, taking applications.
His own. He pays his rent on time.
No, sometimes.
No,
but yes, I have it. I didn't bring it today. And Brandon, if you do an in-person podcast, you got to bring some. So I forgot to mention it to you, and then in my mind, I was just like, he's gonna have a couple of bottles. What I'm gonna bring mine for? They're like. They've been used, so they're not full. I'm like,
yesterday I had the bin in my truck, and we did a farmer's market at Benderson Market down in Sarasota, and then I dropped it back off at my business partners to refill it. And we had to do a photo shoot for an article that's coming out for the East County Observer, and I was about an hour here.
You got it running. You got a whole marketing plan.
Pulling all the levers.
Nice.
I took some pictures of when I first got the bottle, so I like sealed and full. I took some pictures in my kitchen. So what I'll try to do is get them to Bo. So when we're talking about them here, that he'll put them up on screen. He'll cut those in.
Okay.
My producer, he'll do the post production, and we'll try to get him to cut them in or.
Yeah,
we put up the like
fail.
when you we introduce you, it'll say Moo-Jitsu.com. It'll we put your information on screen so people will be able to see it. But we'll also, like I said, we'll see if we can put up the pictures for the YouTube video.
So, how does one develop a flavor? Right, like I come up in a culinary family. I know it tastes good. I don't know how to make it taste that way.
Yeah,
my cooking is very simple. I was a career athlete, so it's like grilled chicken, steamed vegetables, rice. Like I'm very plain. So when you're talking about, the things that you're using in your seasoning, like in my brain, I'm like, okay, I guess that works together. And then you got 5 things. I don't even know what it is.
I get like, it's almost like how do you go needs more of this? Like,
yeah.
That,
like I'm just now understanding like umami.
Yeah. Yeah. I've worked in kitchens and it's always like salt, pepper, like I worked in an Italian restaurant. So salt, pepper, oregano, maybe a little parsley. Like it was just everything was salt, pepper, oregano.
Yeah. Basic. So when you're going, how do you know that like umami works well on pork, but not so well on beef? Or like,
I mean, some of those things are probably known, right? Like,
but are they?
They're known, but then how do you come up with those combinations?
Yeah.
So, a couple different ways. We all had favorite seasonings, and so you pick the kind of ones that you want. You can run things through ChatGPT. You're like, hey, like, how can we improve on this? So we did come up with like our 4 blends, and we sent those ahead of time to the spice guy before we flew out there. Honestly, in person, like he's just like this we call him the Spice Goat. We made a little character of in the Moo-verse with Professor Moo, and we made the Spice Guy. He was the Spice Goat. He's awesome at what he does, and we were trying things, and it's like, hey, can you guys test we try to make every flavor is like in 3 waves, so a new flavor comes, and it's kind of like in 3 rounds. And when we first did the black, he's like, hey, can you can taste that it's a little bit pepper forward. And so we wanted to tame that down a little bit. So he added something else, remixed it, we taste it, and it's like all of a sudden it's gone. And it was like that with each iteration, with each seasoning blend, we would give him like what we were looking for, and then in person we would iterate on him 3 times, and he'd say, "Oh, well, have you thought about this?" And that's like how we got to the, in the Rear Naked Gold.
So you're saying each iteration is a rebuild of. It's a rough draft 2, draft 3.
Yeah, we're building on top of what we currently have until we get it to like where we think it's perfect.
Are we tasting it like as a powder?
Yes.
And then on top of it, I'm guessing we're gonna try it on chicken, we're gonna try it on beef, we're gonna try it on pork, and then I would argue that like, are we trying it on ground beef, skirt steak, flank steak, or are we just going this one's beef or this one's like a fat heavy? Like I just don't know how it works.
We initially designed each flavor, each color with a particular meat in mind. Mm-hmm. What we ended up with were 4 versatile seasonings that would really work on anything. Like black was meant for beef because it really comes out and pops when you have fat.
It sounds kind of pastrami,
but then
brisket-like, right?
It's like awesome on chicken, especially like chicken thighs where they've got a little extra fat. So we set out thinking we had 4 different ones that would be, these were the preferred meats. And then after we've tasted it on every single combination, I've been cooking with my spices for like 4 months now, and I've mixed it with all 4, all 3, and every combination of 2 in between. There's like 16 different combinations, and they all end up with unique flavors. They really meld well together.
I took your advice and used 2.
Yeah.
I think I even took pictures because I wanted to remember, like, okay, I use these together and I use these together just to like. Because
which
like
2?
You're saying, then I don't remember.
The world wants to know.
Then you have, then you have, like you said, you can mix and match any of them. There's 4 now.
There are 4.
So you can mix and match any of them.
Correct. So me personally, a lot of times I do like green and gold on chicken or black and red on beef, but it just depends what I've been eating. I've tried them all combinations. They work. I think some of it's you get lucky when you come up with something that works together with all of your other seasoning blends, but they're all based on like a salt, pepper, garlic base. And so every new ingredient, like you're not adding just a ton of salt, so you can mix and match the seasonings without going over and killing it with sodium.
Have you ever combined all 4?
We have, and it's called the Moo-Acide, like the old 7-Eleven suicide. Yeah. So I made a chili with all 4, and I've made a beef pot roast with all 4, and it's super rich. But I think certain foods you make, you can combine all 4. You can't overdo it because then you'll get too much.
In certain like rubs, you get it like when you taste it in your nose more so than in your mouth, like smoky, right? Or is it like the wood? I don't know.
I don't know.
But
as an academy owner, you work hard to build trust with your students, their parents, and your community. But trust isn't something you claim, it's something you prove and earn. That's where Academy Safe comes in. We help academies like yours stand out with verified safety standards. Background checks for all staff, U.S. Center for Safe Sports certification, concussion training, defibrillators on site, CPR, first aid and AED certification, security cameras, rank and lineage checks, and verification of business insurance. Join the trusted martial arts registry that's redefining safety throughout North America. Lead by example. Show parents you're accredited with Academy Safe.
Special thank you to the crew over at Flow and Roll for all their support. Flow and Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow and Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram at flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and remember, You'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
Is your business getting lost online? Black Belt Digital Marketing is a full-service digital marketing agency that helps you get found, get leads, and grow. We specialize in local and website SEO, so your business stands out when customers search. Our website SEO makes sure your site loads fast, ranks high, and stays ahead of AI-driven search, so customers find you first. More visibility, more clicks. More customers write when they're ready to buy. Grow your business online with Black Belt Digital Marketing. Visit bbdigitalmarketing.com or call 9542-204932 today.
I know I like a mouth taste more than a sinus taste. How do we dictate?
Insert joke here, but go ahead.
I think it's the different peppers that you
Okay.
use. You know, if you think like wasabi, you know, you or horseradish, you know, you get kind of that nasal. Ours don't have that. They're more of, you know, mouth taste. We've talked about, you know, branching out into something that had the wasabi. You know, bringing back to umami. Like umami is like, there are like roasted garlic, roasted onion, mushroom. Like they're kind of earthy, the kind of flavors that like make your mouth salivate. And so that's like what you're going for when you're designing the seasonings. But ultimately,
I'm salivating right now.
until you taste them, you know, you don't know what you're going to get, because there's the dry seasoning, how it tastes dry, but then you cook it and it does bring out different flavors.
All I'm thinking about right now is every time I go to Whole Foods, they have organic fries. I get like an organic bag of fries, and I love to throw those into the air fryer, and I'll put a little bit of avocado spray in the pan, but on them as well, and then put a little seasoning.
Okay.
But I haven't done it with those. Have you tried it on like stuff like that? I love seasoned fries, like basically. Right?
Absolutely. I mean, I add it to things that are just, you know, I love, you know, if I don't have anything, if I'm going to splurge and have a late night meal, the, you know, Tombstone frozen pizzas, and I add red on it. Instead of adding the hot pepper flakes,
What
I just
would you
add red.
put on French fries?
French fries, either gold or red. Red if you wanted a little bit more spice. Gold goes awesome on potatoes.
Now, I'm in a taco family. Okay. We are taco people at least once a week, typically twice. What would you suggest for taco? And if you don't have one, is there one in the
Well, so then it's like the meat, though, right?
But taco's very distinct. But then again, Tex-Mex, it could be overlapping.
Right.
I would think the red, right? The red is the spiciest. That's usually, I would think that's like the Mexican
We have
style.
a 6-year-old, sir. We are not spicy yet.
No, he eats it. Our pediatrician told us early on, feed him what you eat if you want him to if you don't want to cook 2 meals the rest of your life. So
That's why my daughter eats chicken feet.
So
Gross.
my wife is from Monterrey, Mexico. So I'm also in a we eat a lot of great Mexican food. She cooks
Living the dream. According to the
weekly for
internet,
those, so tacos are very
man.
much part of our family.
my feed has had white dudes married to Mexican chicks going, bro, y'all are messing up. Look. And he like at work and he has like a full plate of like fresh chilaquiles. And he's like,
Is that so there's a really good page. Jesus, I don't know his name. The husband, white
always asks his wife-
ex-cop.
okay.
I know. Yeah, we're
The
talking
wife
about-
refuses to cook, so he calls,
calls
her mom.
the mom.
Oh,
That guy, I forgot his name, but not only did he like his page blew up, but then he started a page for the mother-in-law.
she could sell recipe books
And
at
she-
this point.
yeah,
for
she's-
sure.
But when he calls, she comes a knocking and she cooks. We're talking about the same.
Yeah, that
guy.
guy's
He was a
awesome.
cop.
Really?
I think he's retired. He is or was a police officer.
I'm surprised his wife tolerates him outside of then they started getting them
See that she
social
looks
media
at she
checks.
looks through him when he's like when you hear the knock or the mom calls.
didn't.
It's like, you called my mother, didn't you?
You didn't want to make chilaquiles.
So we do have something in the works. We're right now, look, we're at that reorder point where we've gone through over 60% of our inventory.
It's a good feeling, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
we were trying to go back out to Denver to do a design. It's just like these next few weeks with holidays and everyone's schedule, it's going to be hard to do. So, but the two of the blends we're thinking about, one of them is a Mexican blend. It's got like 7 or 8 different chili peppers in there.
How involved is your wife in making some of the spices? Or is it like you?
So she's very much involved with tasting and feedback.
I was going to say everybody's involved with this inside. I'm
Yeah,
sure,
like
right?
if this was something I was doing, I'd have like 8 or 9, like everyone's a foodie nowadays. Just line them up, 3 bites, 3 bites, 3 bites.
We're cooking for family and friends all the time.
Has there been a like 50-50 split? We really like this one, and like people, no, I don't. I really, this is not my favorite.
Not
Have you
yet.
had that yet? No?
Our data on the reorders and like how they're selling, they're like, they're 4 equally performing SKUs. They're all really doing well within double digits of on our inventory. So that's been great that people are buying them, and it's not just like one spice out of 4 that
How
hit.
long
Like,
has this been going on now?
we're almost on 4 months now since we launched.
Being on a reorder in 4 months is pretty damn good. How like is
We've been
this
pushing
word
it.
of mouth, social media, or like,
little of all of those. Initially, friends and family, we sold like 500 bottles.
Okay.
We knew we had a pretty good friends and family network. We were ideally hoping for over 400. We got 500. We've got a TikTok shop. We've been building our TikTok and our Instagram, social media.
getting a TikTok shop? I was trying to get one. It was like weird. It was difficult.
You got to get like over 1,000, roughly 1,000 followers, and then you can start posting like shoppables where you can like make a post and highlight like you can one click it into your TikTok shop. And then when you get over 5,000 followers, you can do unlimited shoppables. We're in like that 2,400 follower range. And then we started seeding the market like with micro influencers, people that have 1,500 followers to 40,000 followers, really like people that are cooking, posting, engaging within TikTok, and they have TikTok shops where they're selling other items. And so we're sending those folks 2 to 4 bottles. They make videos. And so like we've got like 30 some people that are making videos, whether it's in the kitchen, whether it's no cook recipes, or whether it's on the grill or smoker. And then we're taking all of that content and just keep pushing it out on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. And then, there's like 7 of us when you include all of our wives. So it's like all of us are doing something, like my wife is doing Instagram, Scott's doing TikTok. My dad, he created Professor Moo on TikTok. And so he's doing a ton of the like recruitment of like the influencers to promote.
How about the
Moo-Jitsu.
gyms themselves? Are you like you said you got it in? It's in your gym. Are you in any other gyms?
Not.
You've got anything set up for?
We're not in
display-wise?
any other gyms yet in Florida. We have our next one getting ready. That is very interesting in the exact same effort we were doing with Flow and Roll through the merchandise, as well as selling our seasonings up in North Carolina, where they have a Scott and them. They go up there every summer, and so his kids train out of the Murphy, North Carolina gym.
Okay.
And so they're on the docket to go, and then we're going to start hitting up local gyms and just, I know Sean told us he's got a lot of connections. He's like, hey, let's pilot this and see how it does. If this is something that, if the gyms are receptive because they don't have to put money up front, you all are able to actually contribute towards a good thing, which is getting more kids on the mats. It's organically good for the sport, good for the gym. And so that is the goal. We're doing a lot of things at once.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would love to continue partnering with other gyms, and we'll finalize the pre-order with Flow and Roll and Team Mastery this Friday, and then off to the next one to see who we can help.
So let's go back to that conversations you said you were having with your dad. Was it where you guys were talking about doing a spice company?
Yes.
So where is that like something that you guys always had in common, or is it just something like? Because sometimes like the best ideas you're having a couple beers and maybe a slice of pizza, and you're like, we should do this. After a few minutes of talking about
We've
something?
done that a lot, and it's usually around food. My dad is an awesome cook, loves flavor, loves seasonings and spices, and has always, like, from growing up, he was always in the kitchen, learned a lot from him. In college, he gave me my first, cast iron skillet and a seasoning set. So have a lot in common, and we definitely discuss that a lot. And that, I think it's the brainstorming when you make something great and you're like, how can we turn this into a business? I've been in the corporate world for the last 18 years.
What's your
I've been in recruiting since 2007. So I started off in the agency world, went into oil and gas with Weatherford back in 2013.
Like headhunting, recruiting?
Headhunting, recruiting.
Okay.
At some of those
agency?
I did agency is like contingent hiring where
I thought it was the CIA.
And then I went into big tech. I worked at Google for 3 years, Uber for almost 5. Worked basically at Uber. I was like hiring the self-driving engineers for Uber ATG before that got acquired by Aurora. Was head of talent out at Sisu Data in San Francisco for 3 years. We got acquired by Snowflake. And then for the last year and a half, I've been doing recruiting consulting for Dover, Dover.com. I mostly hire for pre-seed, seed, and Series A, Series B companies to, hire their founding engineers, their CTO, their CEO sometimes, looking to hire, eng managers or go-to-market teams, account executives, et cetera. So I've been in that, early stage startup. Pretty much everyone's hiring like AI founding engineers and mostly in New York and San Francisco, but I've done hiring, all over Europe, Canada, and all over the US as well.
So one of the things that stood out to me the most, this is going to sound strange, but one of the things that stood out to me the most when you sent me some information, I asked you first, give me some like bullet points that you wanted to talk about, was your dad running TikTok. How old's your dad?
My dad is 66.
Because when you think of TikTok, you're thinking of like the 66-year-old demographic. So that was the one thing. I'm in my 50s, and we help people run their social media. We're not like we do more local marketing, so TikTok isn't necessarily like on our list of the most important sites for us to optimize. But when I looked at it, I'm like, okay,
he's
all right.
He's found his niche. He he's really good with engaging with other creators and content, food, barbecue, etc. And so he just starts building these relationships and is kind of going for that. It's recruiting.
Yeah.
You're trying to build your brand, build awareness. You're engaging with them. They see, hey, this guy's, liking my comment, commenting, reposting, resharing. So he kind of found that niche, and that's like our way for us in the meantime as we're building our brand is how can he continue, building brand awareness within the, micro influencer, the creator space. And, it's been awesome. We're all learning because none of us like really want to be doing social media, but it's a necessity. And so,
necessary evil.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What is it? It said, you said he's also building a shanty for live cooks. What does that mean? A shanty for live cook?
It's like like a pole barn that he did like some custom wood siding, like with the live edge. And it's like his outdoor kitchen hangout area. So he's got
it's literally a physical location.
It's like bigger than this,
yeah.
Than this building right here. Yeah. And so it's going to have like his outdoor kitchen, his smoker,
all right,
hangout TV
area. Is he doing actual content as well?
He is. We're going to start doing like our lives and stuff. Like once we get that, we're going to get the ring light and, get the setup so that we have good lighting. And so we can make more cooking content videos up there.
Okay.
As well as doing some of like the TikTok lives where that's kind of like what TikTok is encouraging is, to get yourself out there, going live a certain amount of times per week to build your base and hit your, certain TikTok unlocks that you have to hit. So,
who's really good at social media? This guy right here. This guy's really
What's your secret to success?
Consistency and not hating what you're doing.
And
I'm on a slump. But he's been super
you got
helpful
a cameraman.
from this. Yeah.
You've got a cameraman that, again, this is, if you can do it for the recipe for success, see how you threw that in there? Recipe, we're talking about seasoning. The recipe for success for a gym is having somebody that's just recording all the time, especially when you're teaching.
I wish.
Brandon McCatherine from 10th Planet Decatur in Alabama, he said that was the best money he ever spent.
Yeah.
Just having a guy come in and film, and it was just like him walking in the building, him getting on the mat, him teaching, but like the behind the scenes, it's like when you watch his stuff, it's like a behind the scenes.
The biggest
of his
thing is
life.
that guy's going to edit it. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like my guy Jared comes around once or twice a week.
Yeah.
We pick up some shots.
But he gives it to you and you have to cut it?
He edits it.
Okay.
But most of the stuff, you can see the difference. His stuff is professional. It's well lit. My stuff looks like it was filmed on a cell phone.
Yeah.
But
that's okay.
No, it's fine.
That's okay. Like, sometimes that stuff gets
some platforms
more.
prefer it. Yeah. My most viewed videos are the ones that I have done the least to or have the worst production value. And they're the only ones that have gone viral.
It sounds like this from all the way back here. Right?
Dude, I have one that's fuzzy because the light is bleaching us out from the windows. It's filming my back. You can't even see the face of the guy I'm demonstrating on. 500,000 views.
But his I like the way he coaches.
Yeah.
His way of coaching is the way that I like to learn, and also the way that I try to coach other people, which is like just like break it down, like foot here, leg here, hand here, arm in this position. Then look, you go like this, like, you know, it's like the 1, 2, 3, 4. BJJ After 40 does like a 4-step thing. Like he shows every move in 4 steps. I like that breakdown. For me, it's just how my brain works. So like some guys can just watch a move and be like, got it. And they're over in the corner doing it 5 minutes later. Not like I have to be like, hey coach, where was your foot? Is it fun?
Yeah,
My hand got stuck. Do I go like, when do I turn my hand? Right. But the way that he does his social media, or the way that he's just coaching. And again, most of it, the stuff that I like the most is just somebody's just videotaping him off to the side, and then he's just showing like he would normally show. And then they cut it into, you know, a 30-second video. That's the stuff that I like, but his stuff is really good.
I've got a couple cooking videos. Just saying,
you know,
they're not well produced.
Yeah. That's the side that I don't love, you know, like let me just do a video of myself here in the house doing this thing. I know, you know, we have so much content from 2 hours, 2 hours of podcasting.
I'm trying to do a point of view video. So I filmed myself driving down. I filmed the walk up. I filmed waving at you. Yeah. I'm going to film leaving. Then I'm going to film going to get a sandwich.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know, honestly, like I'm supposed to be doing that stuff, and I don't even want to bother. Because I'm cutting using Opus clips. I'm cutting the podcast up. I'm doing that.
Are they consistent for you? I did a trial and it like was
the videos themselves,
like what they chose to clip.
There's a couple of settings. I would use ChatGPT and then like just look at the settings. I try to keep everything. I say like 30 seconds to a minute. Because you know, they will cut like, you know, 2.5 minute video. I don't like that because it's not fun to cut together. It takes forever, you know. Because I'll take it from there, Opus clips, cut it up, drop it in chat and captions, use some AI editing. I like it, but you have to be careful. There's with some of the settings, like it'll do the there's a setting there where it'll say like it'll clip like a 2 or 3 second intro of what that video is from the cut. Like, so you talking about like, hey, when I teach Kimuras, right? And it starts out with that, and then it goes to the video where that clip is also a part of that video, right? I didn't like that. I didn't like the what they would call the hook, right? Like they're telling you what the video is real quick, and I just don't like it, the way that it cuts it together. And it was a newer feature. So I just went back to like, I didn't realize I had put the setting that way. So now I just have the settings. I don't use their captions. I drop it into captions, do an AI editing, and that's where that adds the pictures in automatically and stuff like that.
From Instagram edits?
I am, you know, Instagram has a new app or something that you can use. Is that what it's called? So you have to download that?
Yeah.
No, I haven't used that yet.
They're not really competing with CapCut. They don't do a close enough job. Yeah. But you do your final edit, or I do my captions or whatever in there. And one, it lets you export directly to multiple things. So I'll be able to export
multiple things. What do you mean?
To my YouTube and my Instagram and my Google Business from the same export point.
So it's Instagram's. Is it an Instagram app, and it allows you to post to these apps?
Yeah. So when you export, it'll be like, where do you want to take it to? And it has like the more button. So you can go to any of the apps you've set up to be in your upswipe.
Okay.
So I go to YouTube, I go to Google Business, and I go to my Instagram. And when you post on Instagram using edits, it gives you a little algorithm extra for using the IG product. Okay,
gotcha. I use captions, and then I cut it. Same video, upload to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts.
One or the other. I think it's TikTok. If you post the exact same video to Instagram and TikTok, they'll like slow you down. And I'm like, bro, how much editing am I expected to do for the same video?
Really?
Like, do I need to mirror it so it's backwards? Like,
I don't worry as much about TikTok. I feel like I built 3 brands, you know, the Academy Safe being one, the one that's coming around.
You know what got me on TikTok?
Is Instagram.
The shop. I have a mom who just posts mom stuff. She's not selling anything. She's like making bottles on her thing, but she's wearing Spanx. And she tags those Spanx. She makes $500 every 3 days.
Really? From people buying those.
And she's not pushing people. They're just featured in her thing. Yeah. She was saying the algorithm tags
So
it.
what
Oh,
do you
this
mean
is
it
this.
got
And just
you? How did
hooks
it get you? What do you mean?
Because I produce, so I have a Fight Tape account, my Ben Stark account, my Cutman account, and my gym account. If I combine the output, I'm posting 3 to 4 times a day. If I can get my viewer count up over 1,000, I can get in the shop. If I can get 2,500, I can plug. And if it will automatically, one, tag my products in the store and connect them, and then people buy from the store and I get an advertising bonus out of it.
Okay.
Or like I use Rev Gear
But
extensively.
that's hard.
It's like,
That's hard to get there, though. That's the thing. It's hard.
1,000 shouldn't be that
No,
hard.
not 1,000 followers isn't going to get you a ton of orders, though. You know, you need to be in the
Just
thousands.
a starting point, right?
Yeah.
You know,
need to be in the thousands of followers to really.
and you know what I've realized? You have to tell people you're selling stuff.
Meaning,
You got to tell, like, you literally have to tell them you're selling stuff.
in the video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
just having like it in your links or this, like mentioning, look, it's Fight Tape.
Well,
You're like,
so I tell everybody with social media, this is my take on it. People could disagree with me. I've just coined this thing that I say to people: the only things that blow up on Instagram organically without putting money behind it are babies, bunnies, and booties.
the booties
Right.
do really good
You know, babies. Who's not gonna like a cute baby video?
with a puppy. Oh,
Bunnies, meaning really all animals, like anything you put with an animal. You know, whether it's an alligator eating some, a freaking, whatever, a gazelle, or
bro, I watched a
or
rabbit
some
eat
cute
peppers
little-
this morning
Yeah.
for 4 minutes.
Those things blow up, right? Those things you could just see them, right? And then girls in bikinis, right? Fitness girls, all that kind of stuff, right? So other than that, like when people come to us and like, oh, you're a marketing company, you do social media. We don't do that kind of social media because the reason that we don't do it is because most of the time people don't have the budget. Mm-hmm. It's like a $5,000 minimum to go in and film with somebody for the day, go to their facility, film their products, maybe take some pictures, and then cut that together. And then a lot of people, they want you to schedule it out for them. $5,000 isn't a lot to say, we've got content for the next 3 to 6 months and you're good. We're going to post twice a week or maybe probably more than that. But nobody has 5,000. I shouldn't say nobody. Most companies don't have that money. The people that do are attorneys, doctors, dentists, but they don't want to be in front of the camera. And then you have HIPAA regulations and bar rules and regulations that they have to follow. So they're really even scared to get in front of the camera and give advice or talk about medicine or statutes or what have you, right? So the people that have the money don't always want to be in front of the camera, and the people that really want it don't have the money. So
They need a
it's hard.
spokesperson.
It's hard. I mean, the thing is, like, there are just some brands that you can double down and really, really push everything that he's doing everything right. But you've got, okay, Dad's working on TikTok. My brother is doing software development. Like when you have, imagine if you had to hire that staff.
Yeah.
You're talking about somebody who knows what they're doing, out of school, out of college, easily starting salary plus 65 to 100 plus, right? So a 65 minimum to like 100,000. So most people don't have that money to do all of these things, and even to hire somebody out $5,000 a month at $60,000 a year. Jesus, like who has that without any guarantees of what they're going to get, right? So the fact that they've got a bunch of people involved is great because everybody's got their niche.
We've all got our parts, and it all comes together. And it's the in-person stuff is like the all hands on deck. So my dad's driving down. He's up in Old Town, Florida. We're going to a big cruising down Dearborn. It's like a big car show this weekend on Saturday. It's supposed to be like 5,000 plus people, a lot of foot traffic. So
do you have to do a lot of explaining when it's not a jiu-jitsu event? Like, this is what we are, Moo-Jitsu. What the hell is Moo-Jitsu? Like, the term, like verbal jiu-jitsu, right? It's jiu-jitsu has become this verb that you use when you're saying, like, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to confuse me. So, like, how does that play into, like, do people get it?
So,
or is there a lot of explaining?
There's
that goes along with
explaining to do, but we've started branding better. I got a cowbell that's got the cow print. So if someone's not, sometimes you get the markets and people don't want to make eye contact. So give a little ring, like, what you need is some more cowbell.
Yeah. I know that reference.
A lot of them will get it. Once they kind of put together that, it's jiu-jitsu, but for cows, and the farm animals, they get it. But what we've seen both in jiu-jitsu tournaments and these farmers markets is that everyone comes up, they hear the name, they're intrigued, they like the art.
They need to know.
But they still don't know. And so it's like, well, what do you guys do? Like, why jiu-jitsu? And it's like, oh, our kids do it. Now I do. It came full circle. We are paying it forward to the community with our Move for Kids. And then, you know, we're not just building a seasoning company. Like, the end goal is to like build the movers, and where you have like graphic novel and short animation clips.
You
like,
call them the movers? The characters?
Moveverse.
Oh, Moveverse.
Yeah, the
movers.
multiverse.
Okay.
So yeah, the Movverse is the Moo-Jitsu is the seasoning that fuels the Movverse. And so ultimately we're trying to build the Movverse. We're starting off our vehicle for sales and for revenue right now are spices, great flavors. And but it's like the bigger picture story is how do you build something that it's we can incorporate the kids, they get some, you know, we can apply, like, even just like as an example, just recently, our kids made some sales. Like, my daughter tracked someone down, gave them a sample, and they loved it. And so they walked all the way back and they're like, I'm going to buy your seasonings because of your little daughter here. She's a great sales lady. And I was like, awesome, you know? And so then she's like, well, how much of that is my money? And so, okay, well, we got to go down through cost of goods sold. This is how much a bottle costs. This
you
is
know
how
what they
much
don't want to know? How much isn't their money?
At the end of the day, this is how much profit is, and then we got to split it 4 ways, and then we take it and reinvest it back into the company because we're bootstrapped. So none of us make any money yet. And
Here's
she's like,
3
"Oh."
nickels.
But she's going to start selling bracelets. And I said, hey, if you make and sell bracelets at our booth, you can keep all that money.
That's still keeping with the theme. Keeping with the theme.
It would still be Moo-Jitsu. She's just going to make them into kids bracelets.
Yeah. That's really cool, man. You know, going back to the social media side of it, you know, I'm not trying to shit on anybody's social media. So I'm just saying, for my world of local marketing, where we're, you know, okay, you know, a place like this, we're in a podcast studio, you want more people locally, right? We do the things that make more people find you within a 2 to 5 mile radius, right? So when I'm talking about social media, the people that I'm talking to about doing it are like, again, it's more local. Mm-hmm. Now, what happens if like you're an attorney and you blow up even outside the area? And okay, you can have licenses in other places, but as an example, let's use a dentist as an example better, right? You're not driving 5 hours to get a root canal, right? You know, you want to be local. You want to be as close to home as possible. I got to get home. I'm going to be in pain. I want to be, you know, I'm not going to get in a car and drive, right? So it's not how like the dental world works. You know, a dentist isn't getting people from hours away. So when you're talking about doing that kind of social media, you could blow up and become popular, but is it going to affect the amount of people, the amount of patients that you get locally? It's why I'm always telling you, like, make sure you mention the gym. Mm-hmm. This is all great. I hope this blows up for you. But since we're strong in Florida, we're down here in South Florida. We're not, how far is your gym from here? About an hour?
Yeah,
less,
45
right?
minutes.
So like, right, we want to, you know, that recurring income of having a kid, like I would hope that's like works out for you, right? That's the big thing that works out.
Definitely.
This other stuff happened, great. Everything else works out. But you know, that local aspect is what we concentrate on.
Yeah, that's what's important
at Black Belt Digital Marketing. So when I say social media and the way that you guys are talking about it doesn't work for the typical local business unless they really get into it. You know, I have a mortgage company client that they do it themselves, and we post their stuff every morning. Mm-hmm. They do something called the morning playbook, and they're filming it, have somebody cut it, and then they give it to us and we schedule it for them. So like that works great if they're doing it. And because they could do mortgages anywhere in Florida and outside of the state of Florida, great, it works. But what happens is, again, you blow up outside of the area, and then it's just like, well, I'll follow you because I like your content, but not going to come to your gym. I'm not going to be your dental patient. So that when I'm saying that side of it, like I don't love it for what we do. It's not great, but for the podcast, I got to do it. I put it out for Academy Safe. I'm putting out
getting
videos.
big, like for ATT PBG, getting big on social is unimportant. Like I spent time with, oh man, I got to get more followers. Yeah. Realistically, my gym has 3,800 followers. There aren't 3,800 people within 10 miles that are like, I'm going to go to that gym.
Some of those people are from other parts of the country.
Most of them are from Singapore.
Outside of the area.
Yeah.
Right? That's when I shit on social media a little bit. That I'm shitting on that side of it for me. But you guys are doing like I said, I love what you're doing and the stuff that you're doing. It's great that you have people that can dedicate themselves like your dad doing that because it is important.
What's that?
Moo-Jitsu is the Instagram?
Moo.jitsu on its Instagram. I think it's Moo-Jitsu on TikTok.
Okay.
We've got like multiple combinations to make sure we grabbed them all up. And then
I think on Instagram. Go ahead.
And our website's moo-jitsu.com. We also have Moo-Jitsu, all one word, .co.
I just gave you a follow.
Awesome.
On the Moo-Jitsu on Instagram, I forget. I was just doing so. It's dot. Yeah, it is the dot. That's the one that has the dot. So let's talk about. Hey, we're a jiu-jitsu podcast. Let's talk a little bit more about jiu-jitsu.
All right,
So
white belt. Listen up.
Yeah. Now we're gonna put you through the ringer. So your kids have been training for 3+ years,
My daughter for 3+ years and my son for about 1.5 years.
and what really made you get on the mat?
What really made me get on the mat was they said they've been asking Daddy, when you going to do it? And I said, oh, my shoulder hurts. I'm old. I've got a million excuses.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And I said, hey, look, tell you what, if we ever launch Moo-Jitsu and it's a real company, then I will do it. I will make this come full circle. And, did a lot of research, making sure we weren't just jumping out the gates and going down a rabbit hole didn't need to go down. And when we got to the point where, hey, this is actually going to go, I went to Team Mastery and ordered my gi, and it took about 6 weeks to get in, which gave me a little extra mental preparation. And then I finally, about 2 months ago, the gi came in. I had the rash guard and shorts in my truck, and I walk in and Amanda's like, "Hey, your belt and gi came in," and I was like, "I guess I got to go tonight, then, don't I?"
Yep.
And she's like, "I was like, I got the stuff in the truck, so I'm ready." And so, yeah, funny story. I've tied probably 1,000 belts over the last 3 years. Kids' belts,
Not your own.
they always come undone, but I've never tied one for myself. Their belts don't fit around my waist. I've never done it that way. So I get my
It's
gi
like putting
on.
on a tie.
I'm sitting there in the bathroom and I'm trying to do it and I can't get it. And I come out and I yell for my daughter. She's upstairs. And I'm like, Olivia, how do you do this belt? She comes down and I get it. And I go out on the mats and I'm looking at everybody's pants. And I was like, because when I got the pants, they're different than the kids' pants. The kids' pants have the drawstring in the front. You really know which way is front and
they didn't tell you how to tie them?
No, no one told me anything. And so the strings are on the side, and I'm looking, and there's like belt loops. They either go in the front or the back, and I'm like, belt loops. I mean, like, they got to go on the back, right? So I put them on the back, tie my pants. I go out there, and I'm running around and doing the warm-ups, and I look, and I'm like, I got my pants on backwards. So
I did my very first gi my coach gave me. The first time I ever got on the mat, I did that too. I put them on backwards. I'm
You
like,
bunch of nerds.
First time ever time. I did karate, but I don't remember them being the same
Elastics.
way. Elastic, right? Yeah.
I know when I get new people coming in and I'm selling the gi, I'm trying on the gi, like jiu-jitsu pants are different. Look at these ropes. They pull sideways. And I pull them and you can see the back cinches up because if you pull them forward, the center stays loose.
Yeah.
And then you start to sag, right? And I'm like, put my fingers in the, like, belt loops go in the front. And I kid you not, 30 to 40% of people still come out with it backwards.
Luckily, I didn't get a tutorial, but yeah, my 2 white belt fails of day one were struggling to tie my own white belt and putting my pants on.
I will
backwards.
make you feel better. As a purple belt, I hadn't had my gi on in about 7 years because I'd been fighting and coaching no gi and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a brown belt. They told me. I'm like, I should train in the gi. I took 6 months. I only trained in the gi. And I'm in there and I'm like a 3-stripe purple belt. And I'm in the line and my gi is like swan necking, like up. And one of the guys that I teach for runs over, unties my belt, kind of like in a conversationally hidden, like untucked his jacket to tie it for me. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, oh, I haven't worn a gi in years. So I had to go home and I learned from online Instagram.
So, okay. I always think about this because I don't think most people think about this. And the only reason this is even in my brain is because of my first coach. He competed a lot. So, all these different ways of like tying it so it doesn't come off. What is your take on that? Do you have a take on it? I'm going
I think
somewhere
they're
with
cool.
this.
But as I tell all the big boys out there, you tie it the old school way because you get 10 to 30 seconds to catch your breath and tie it up.
Especially if you're competing. Yeah. That's what my coach, when I came and I did it one of the ways where you wrap it around.
Oh, the Japanese way.
Versus, doing it from, middle and the front. I tie it like that because if it comes off, you get a few minutes, 10,
seconds.
20, 30 seconds to tie it. You do get to catch your breath. Now, the other side of it too is you're giving somebody, when it doesn't come off or it doesn't get loose, you're giving somebody a really good handle for sweeps, for judo throws.
I use the belt a ton.
Yeah. Somebody goes over your, grab you and do a nice judo throw. I don't know the judo throw names. But it's actually, when I see people doing it, they're just so proud of how pretty the knot looks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about the freaking knot. You do want it to be loose. It doesn't have to come off, but you do want it to be loose so that somebody can't take advantage of using that as leverage.
I have watched someone get a win because their belt kept falling off.
Get a win. Okay.
So we were at the Bangkok Open, which at the time, this is like 2011, was like the biggest tournament in Thailand. Roger Huerta, former, Sports Illustrated cover, top tier UFC guy, he was coaching at Tiger Muay Thai at the time, and he's doing the Bangkok Open. He's a purple belt, and his opponent's belt kept falling off. Every time he's getting advantage, they'd be like, get up, fix your belt, get up. And he's like getting frustrated. And he goes to the guy, he's like, hey man, would you tie your fucking belt? And they DQ'd him instantaneously.
They DQ'd him for saying that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And on the 7th or 8th retie in like 3 minutes.
Whatever happened to Roger? He kind of fell off the map,
disappeared. Well, they say it was the curse of Sports Illustrated.
Really?
As soon as he got the cover, he started to have a hard go. I mean, granted, he was also getting older.
I remember, I believe there was like an Instagram or online video at the time. It was probably like Instagram wasn't as big as it was. So I'd say like a Facebook video of him either getting into a fight or trying to break up a fight.
When he stomped the guy's head?
Yeah.
That was before he went to Thailand. So like last
He
I
was
heard,
already in the UFC though. He was a UFC fighter. That video came out. I don't know if did he get in trouble for that? No. Okay. No. I thought that was the
last I heard he
downfall.
was doing like he had done okay with everything, and then he was in Thailand, and when he left Tiger, he was just able to just have a house and be good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still the case. You can get bored, but
yeah.
No clue.
Yeah. Well, yeah, don't tie your belt really well. Moral of the story, don't tie your belt well.
Make sure it falls off. If your coach yells at you.
Do you know what we're talking about? Like, do you tie it?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Around, versus holding one and then wrapping it all the way around?
I tie a good knot for my kids just so it doesn't keep coming undone every few minutes.
For them, it's a little different. Yeah. Again, we're talking. I mean, if you're training at the gym, okay, tie it. It stays on. But competition, you want it to be loose. You're not doing to have a good handle.
You're going.
Yeah.
At what point did they make you retie during it? Because you're allowed to use your belt, right?
It can't get in the way. So as long as it is tied, you can use the tails as weapons.
Okay.
Your tails are regulated in length. They shouldn't be longer than 12 inches from the knot.
Okay.
So if you have a really long tail, you can't like wrap it around. So it's cut to like 12 inches is what it's meant to be, or close to it.
Okay.
So you can handle it. You can tie people up. You can even choke people with it. But
as long as it's in the knot, from the knot.
It can't be falling free. So like even if your knot's undone, but the twist is in, it's around your waist. You can use it.
Yeah. Okay.
I like handcuffing people with belts. It's fun.
I don't really use the belt a lot.
So many.
I just don't feel like it. It's not. Well, there's. I have used like, if I'm seated, grabbing under. I don't know what that would be called. Like,
have you ever done the owl?
Oh no, the owl.
The owl.
Not in the context
you
of
kill
jiu-jitsu.
the turtle with the owl.
Kill the turtle with the owl. What is that?
Oh, it's great. So like you have your belt, 4 fingers in, pushing towards the butt. You have the collar, 4 fingers in, pushing towards the butt because the turtle's really tight. And you can use that to hop around and perch on the thighs where you can then kind of suitcase them and stick your hooks in.
So you you get up on their back first?
You are standing on their legs.
Yeah.
Sitting like butt to belt line, and you just yank up on the grips, feet slide in, and then you tumble
I don't like
off.
when people do that to me.
That's why it's fun.
I'm like, that's such a dick move, especially in the gym. Yeah, because sometimes you're just playing around, you turtle a little bit, let somebody do something.
Now, here's the other thing.
Back, I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Same exact grips. Instead of hopping over the hips, you do a shoulder to shoulder roll to the far side and they'll flip into your back.
Here, drop to mine.
Yep. So you'll like, if I'm facing the right, I'll roll left shoulder, right shoulder, like I'm coming to the turtle on the other side. But by the time you get past their head, you give it a yank and they just plop into your back control.
Interesting.
Very fancy.
I don't use that. I haven't been taught a lot of belt stuff.
I stole most
I've
of my
even-
belt stuff from the internet.
You know,
The
I
handcuffing
like,
I learned. Everything else was internet.
with the lockdown, you know, getting the underhook. If they have a gi, it's either the belt or if I got the
sleeve.
lapel loose. No, just the lapel.
Oh, feed the hand.
If I can get the lapel, I'll get the lapel. There's more leverage for. It's great for the sweep, but that's probably one of the only times I really use the belt.
I like the belt shin to shin and like sitting versus standing. Like if you can like sit.
Do you like
on
to
a foot.
like a lot of coaches would be like my old coach used to be like, I kind of like to teach you for gi and no gi. So you can grab the gi here, you can grab the belt here, but look, grab the waist, grab it, grab here, tuck your fingers in, hard pull.
You kind of give details.
Yeah.
Like we can do, let's say shin to shin sweep, right? So foot hooks to the foot. I'm under the butt. I can feed the belt. I can feed the lapel. I can feed the cross lapel. I can feed the cross hand. I can feed the same hand.
Yeah.
And I can get 4 or so different variations of finish just on what I'm feeding to my
I feel
left
like
hand.
I'm probably going to grab same side lapel if I'm doing that.
There's something very phallic about the belt, and
yeah.
it makes people feel weird, but it makes them fall.
because because it winds up wedging.
Yeah, you get like a Melvin.
Yeah, you get the
which is like a front wedgie, if anyone's unaware. I don't know why it's called a
Melvin.
I got it from
I
Bill and
learn
Ted.
something new every time.
Bill
I
and
see
Ted's
you, man.
Bogus Journey.
Yeah.
They Melvin death to get
Really?
back to Earth. Like, ooh, Melvin.
Your references are incredible, brother.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Brandon, how are you finding your jiu-jitsu journey so far? You know, what are your takeaways?
Have you
just a
woken
couple
up
months
hating
out?
life yet? My back. No.
I walked in after I'd done 4 days in a row, and I walked in and I told professor, I was like, oh my God, I can barely move.
That's your mistake. Don't do days in a row. How old are you?
44. Yeah, just turned 40.
Yeah.
Don't listen to this old man.
Do a-
7 days a week, all day. Here's what you need: peptides and TRT.
I at 41, I was doing 6 days a week. I was able to, but after a couple of years, then it was just like,
This guy is not the man.
I did a little too much, tweaked my hip a little bit. Back good, so I'll be going back tonight. What I realized is how out of shape I am. You know, especially when you need to like erase how you've mentally maybe gotten in fights or wrestling in the past. Like you're using strength and explosion. And when you use strength in BJJ, I've noticed you run out of your gas super quick. And so it's like reprogramming. How do you let someone get you in moves so that you can learn how to escape, etc. And so yeah, kind of getting over that. Like the first day, my first roll, I told the professor, I was like, oh yeah, my shoulder's kind of messed up, so I don't want to go too hard. And next thing I know, this big guy's trying to grab a hold of me and take me down. And I just blacked out, and we were hopping all around and made it through the 5-minute round, didn't get tapped. And the professor's like, hey, I thought you guys were going to take it easy. And I said, sorry, man, I blacked out. I just saw a bigger man was trying to take me down and get a hold of me, and I couldn't let that happen. So
yeah, that shouldn't be a thing at white. I mean, what belt was that person?
he was blue.
He was blue. Okay, yeah, that's his job.
He wanted a scalp.
That's his job. His
like,
job is to beat up white belts.
I used to be chop mean. Now I make
a
chop
purple,
mean.
brown, or black belt should know, like, they should be kind of coaching you through some things, showing you, hey, what
Unless
you
you're
gotta
a
work on.
jerk.
Yeah.
And then you get this smush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a blue belt's job is to be like, I'm a blue belt now. I
Yeah, but
smash
you
white
got to be
belts.
reasonable. Like, he's not 23. Like, my morning class is a little smaller. It's morning. And oftentimes it's like, I'm 40, I'm tattooed from my throat to my ankles, or I'm a 25-year-old competitor. And I had a guy come in the other day, 54, nurse, and I didn't have to tell anybody to be nice. And it was so awesome.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you do? I'm a nurse. How old are you? I'm 54. No problem, man. Let me walk you through these gentle steps.
I would tell you, number one, again, at 44, probably don't want to do back-to-back days. It's just smart every other day. Weightlifting
I'm 43. I
is
train 6 days a week. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, but it's a different type of training. Weightlifting is a great recovery. Doing lots of stretching, invest in a massage gun. Like these are all things that you're going to have to do if you want to stay on the mat. Massage
Do
gun.
you have a chiropractor or a physical therapist?
I do have a massage gun.
Give it get that blue
Twice
belt.
a day.
It's going to be once a week at the PT. Every day with the massage gun. I'm going to let you guys know that Normatec goes on sale for Black Friday. You can get a full bodysuit for about $1,000. Worth it.
Bodysuit?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I have 2 arms, 2 legs, and hips.
Where does the compression?
The sleeves. Yeah.
It's massaging. It's doing.
It's air compression. So it pushes the blood through so it can like remove your lactic acid, swelling, etc. I get a lot of muscle soreness just from I guess overactivity, just being on the mats for hours on the day. And it moves around a lot. My wife uses it more than me though, which is unfair.
Bottom line though is at 44, going to train every day, just back-to-back days is hard. You should fight, or train, recovery. But that recovery day doesn't mean that you don't do anything. You don't, have to just sit around and not do anything. Massage gun, stretch, go to the gym, lift some weights. Weightlifting, believe it or not, is the one thing, because I'll combine some weightlifting with some stretching, but weightlifting has been obviously you get stronger. Mm-hmm. Things that hurt, you're building the muscles around those things, right? But then just being stronger, it's a little bit of a joke in jiu-jitsu when somebody tells you, wow, you're they finish rolling, you're you're so strong. It's supposed to be meant your jiu-jitsu sucks, but you're just winning because you're strong. But you wouldn't tell a guy that's flexible to not be flexible, right? So being strong is, especially we wind up having that old man strength. Being strong is the thing that I'm not going to get super flexible. I could try. I've tried. I'm not.
It's not happening.
But I can work on, I can control my strength, and I can, after a while, it's just I don't even realize that I'm being strong, but grabbing somebody's hand and they can't get it away. And you're just oh shit,
I'm so
grip
strong
strength
right
is good.
It's almost not even fun to roll, even with some guys my size. I got on TRT about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And I am drastic. People that I had to fight hard, I'm one-handing and just moving.
Yeah. It's definitely, I do the TRT as well. It's definitely a game changer, especially with working, just seeing yourself work out or lift.
I can't wait till I start lifting again.
Yeah.
I'm going to be huge.
Yeah. But going every day is it's rough.
Yeah. It knocked me out a few days.
Yeah. That's the thing is you want to train. For me, I told somebody the other day.
I'm guessing you train on the days your kid trains.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. You just stay, you're done at 5, I'm in at 5 or vice versa.
It's 5 to 6, 6 to 7, and I'm the 7 to 8.
And then it's hard to say I'm not training today because you just sat there, or you're waiting for your kid, or they see you no, I'm not training tonight. What do you mean you're not training? Come on, people talk you onto the mat, but I don't let that get to me. Again,
the best part's the hang.
I'm training. I'm doing, honestly, right now, because I do have a little bit of an arm issue. I'm doing Monday, Thursday. I did open mat over the holiday weekend, so 3 days. Most weeks I'm just training twice, but I'm filling in with Tuesday is massage therapy night, hour and a half at a massage therapist, and then Wednesday and Friday are usually lifting days, and Saturday and Sunday, I do walking, go on a treadmill, maybe do some weights. Maybe that's usually weekends are my leg days. Doing leg days when you're going to go to jiu-jitsu is stupid. For me, it's just been really bad. But weekends is usually one of those days is going to be like that. But just breaking it up. Yeah. If you just do jiu-jitsu, it's hard on the body, man. It's just going to be.
When you guys now, you're older in life, do you all start on your feet or on the ground when you're rolling?
I'd say the coach answer.
There's only a handful of people my size in my gym, so I start on bottom almost exclusively because, if I'm rolling with 160 or 150 pound, if I'm on top, I'm staying on top.
Yeah.
So I always start on bottom. Some of my guys are wrestle with me. Let's go. Your funeral, no problem.
There's a longer, I have a longer answer for this because you're asking because you want to know what you should be doing for yourself, and do you guys do it? So, starting on your feet, you should know how to take care of yourself on your feet. You tend to, or I find that a lot of injuries come from getting takedowns, and not just your own takedowns. When you're on a mat full of people, it's some guy falling on you. Mm-hmm. There's somebody tripping over somebody, and it's just oh, my big toe got stuck in the mat, or I bent my this or that, or you just falling over somebody is different than doing a break fall, like controlling your fall. So I'm usually there are bigger guys than me in the gym that I'm in now. But if I'm with somebody smaller, I just pull guard. If they tell it, we this last couple of weeks has been takedowns for us. So we've been doing single legs and double legs, and okay, we're doing it. Mm-hmm. I've sat off to the side for I'll be like, I'll show you, I'll help you, but I can't drop this body onto a mat, even with a good break fall, because my back hurt. My back is the thing that's like my worst injury. I can't drop myself. I don't do forward roll. I'll do everything else.
You can't do forward rolls?
From standing, like doing that drill, it hurts my back.
Can you do it from your knees? It's the
I could do it. I was teaching a kid cartwheel passes. I was a gymnast when I was younger. I do cartwheels, and he was asking me about cartwheel passing, and I'm like, well, you could do it like this, where you put both hands on the floor. You can use the guy's body, and I was doing them, and I'm like, every time I did it, I was like, oh, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, it's my back. Just this lower, like what I guess you consider the sciatic, especially on the left side. But the takedowns, it's like if you're not forced to do takedowns, especially in the beginning, like if they're not teaching takedowns, a lot of schools don't teach takedowns. A lot of times it's because there's so many people on the mat. If we teach takedowns, it's like people are going to be falling into each other, and coaches don't do it.
To get hurt, for sure.
The other side of it is like, depending if you're in a competition school versus a hobbyist school.
Yeah.
And a lot of schools have both, but unless like you're like on a team's like we compete or there's a competition class, if you're going to be in that class, you better know how to do takedowns. So you better be practicing takedowns. And it could be something as simple as like you do talk to your partner, like, hey, let's work on some takedowns. Let's do this before we roll, or let's start on our feet.
Yeah.
Most of the time, again, part of this answer is the way that I talk to people about this is I say, well, I need to know takedowns. I need to know judo throws in case I get into a fight in the street. Like I want to be well-rounded. When was the last time you got into a fight? I can ask an entire classroom, 30, 40 people. When was the last time you got into a street fight? Because honestly, once you start training,
it's less like
you're not fighting. You're not fighting in the street. Yeah, you might have to protect somebody. That happens. But raise your hand if you've gotten into a fight since you started doing jiu-jitsu, and nobody's going to raise their hand for a couple of reasons, right? You understand that the skinniest, geekiest, dorkiest looking guy could probably, if he does jiu-jitsu, could kill you. If there's a fight over there, you're going to be over there because you just don't want to get involved, right? You're like, I don't want to be the guy that fucking hurts somebody and then I get sued because I know jiu-jitsu and this guy choked this guy out or I broke a bone or something like that. You just don't want to get involved. And I think the people that do get into fights are usually people that are a little bit more like dealing with problems and like they're trying to prove themselves or they want to be the tough guy. And they probably don't train because the guys that train are only using the jiu-jitsu or their stand-up for protection of themselves, their family, their friends. They're not looking for fights.
Yeah.
So when people talk about, hey, you got to have a well-rounded, how are you going to take care of yourself if this happens? I was like, how many times have you gotten into a fight? So,
and if you're getting in fights that often, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Where are you hanging out? Who are you with? You probably want to stay away from those people. And I'm not saying that takedowns aren't important. I'm just be okay with pulling guard.
Yeah.
Because for me at this age, jiu-jitsu is for me. It's not like for competition, I'm going to represent my school or I'm going to do this professionally. This is for me. I want to know jiu-jitsu. For you, right? You're getting probably now have lots of different conversations with your kids because now you could talk about things that maybe you're understanding. Maybe even you're asking them questions because they have a little bit more experience. But at the end of the day, it's what you want out of jiu-jitsu and follow that path. Again, learning takedowns and doing judo throws is great. But if you're the one being thrown,
sucks.
It's really, really hard on the body. It's extremely hard on the body at 44, 52.
Yeah. Dude, I love drilling when I'm doing the drill.
Yeah. It's great when I'm doing that. I love doing the takedown. I don't love being the guy being taken down because again, I'm going to, as a matter of fact, in any type of takedown, I almost always grab the belt or the gi. I mostly do gi. So even if somebody's doing a double, I'm grabbing their gi. I'm getting a good piece of the material so that when I fall, I'm break falling to like one side, but it's a little bit more of a gentle fall versus me, getting taken down and doing a traditional break fall. Like I'm holding on to them, which is a single leg, or again, we've done all these recently. And I'm like, I'll even tell a guy, because if I grab their gi, they're coming down with me, as opposed to sometimes they like might pass and maybe they might still remain standing. They might have like double legged me and then they're on their feet to get to side control. I'll grab them and I'm pulling them down right into my guard, but I'll tell them like, hey, I have a bad back. I'm going to grab your gi. It means you're coming with me, so that when I fall, it softens the blow. So there's things like that you might discover for yourself. But if the question is coming from like, well, I want to be a pussy and not do takedowns, it's great to do the takedowns.
Be the pussy. Bro, I've got 10 herniated discs, 7 bulging discs, and 2 degenerated discs. Not all from jiu-jitsu, but I'm sure it didn't help. Be the pussy.
Yeah.
Just the only guy that's going to, the people that are going to question you about that, or, I mean, there's a running, if you're anywhere near the jiu-jitsu world online, you know that it's a running joke about like, you know, pulling guard or being a wuss, you're a wimp, you know, it's sport jiu-jitsu, you're diluting there's the serious argument and then there's the joke argument. There's even do you ever see the Simpsons one where he's just like, the guy lays on the floor, he's like, come into my guard.
It's from Jurassic Park. Wow, they've changed the DNA. No, that's what's his name? That's
this is
Star
like
Trek.
the little.
It's Jeff Goldblum. It's Jeff Goldblum.
Well, it's actually is he the character?
It's actual Jeff
he's
Goldblum.
the actor. Yeah. He's like, come into my domain or something.
It's him meeting Homer, and they're gonna fight. I think over Marge, and he's like, "Get into my guard. I've been taking jujitsu."
Yeah, there's that running joke, but again, you know, I did plenty of takedowns when I was at white, blue, and purple. I mean, did my whole jiu-jitsu journey, but I sat out plenty of times in the last couple of weeks where I'm like, I could do the takedown. I taught a takedown. I'm not letting somebody do it on me though. I should ask you the name of this. So I do this takedown, same side sleeve. I grab the sleeve, same side, and I kind of slide. Mm-hmm. I fall to my butt and slide, and they kind of roll over, and then I come up
pulling
on top
off
of them.
the collar.
Yeah, do you know what is that called? Is it just a collar?
You're kind of grabbing the collar and you're slamming.
Is there like a judo name for it?
No, that's lazy jiu-jitsu guy stuff. Because remember, judo's about putting your shoulders on the ground. Okay. That's just about getting the guy to the floor. When you collar drag someone, you're just putting them in turtle.
I'm just dropping to my butt. They're tripping over my leg.
Yeah.
I'm bringing them that way.
Yeah.
I think somebody had a name for it. Maybe they just said collar drag.
I love them because
that's one of my favorite.
It's so effortless. You're just the weight of you falling and then a little direction.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm grabbing the same side, sleeve and lapel.
Okay.
And I'll pull, maybe they pull back, but when I pull them here, I'm literally putting my leg out straight, falling to my butt. They're tripping over my leg. They usually roll over, but I don't let go, at least if not of the sleeve, and it pulls me up, and then I'm like immediately like in a knee on belly situation. Or
I do it with just the collar. I don't grab the sleeve at all. This one of these grip and rip, just pull them.
I like it because depends on again how loose the gi is. You got the guns. I like it because they usually think you're going to do that. You're coming in for a judo throw. What is
Sayonagi, which is the worst judo throw for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
I'm going to turn my whole back and load you up. No, sir. No,
so
sir.
it's usually like a little bit of misdirection. They're like, oh, this guy's going to try to throw me. And all of a sudden I'm sitting on my butt and they're tripping over a leg before they realize what's going on. And I don't do it opposite side because then they could grab my arm and then I really can't do it the same. I guess I could, but I like the same side is it's like a misdirection because they think you're going to.
But it's also the tension across the neck. If you go right hand on your right side, you're going to open his jacket. So you go right hand on left side so it pulls into his
all
leg.
that left for cheering.
Yeah.
Pull him down. So that's my favorite. So again, I taught that. And my school's pretty cool. Like 3 to 4 coaches will teach in a half hour, 35 minutes. Will teach a different move, and usually it's like whoever taught the first move is usually like a variation. The next guy will show a variation off of that or how they like to do it. So it turned into that after I showed that, which was really cool. But again, love doing it. I don't let anybody do it to me. I can't throw my body around like that. You know, I pull guard. I'm a half guard, Z guard, lockdown is where I like to go. Again, it's for me. I don't know what he's talking about. It's for me. Look all those up. Those are all good. Half guard.
Some K guard, L guard.
I like to play from half guard. If I can get them to my half guard, I feel pretty strong there. But again, my previous coach had a bad back. So this is the bad back game that I have. And as my back got progressively worse, it was
Maybe
like,
it's because of the bad back.
great. So I just play that
Okay.
that game, which is usually my. I was telling somebody, I let people sweep me because in the sweep I'll usually be able to get them into half guard and then lock their leg down. So I'm like the easiest guy to sweep because I want you to sweep me. I want you to sweep me because I want to be on the back. I want to get the lockdown and then play from there.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a 10th Planet thing. Pompano Joe gave me, I'll tell you affair. He gave me like access to a little something. Gave me
Interesting.
to play around with that, to have some variations. There's lots of stuff from there. It's kind of cool, but it's just basically playing in.
What is your
half
game?
guard? Do you have a game yet?
What game are you thinking about developing?
What's your
Based
favorite
on
move
stature,
or
it's going to be
submission?
Americana, Kimura, Katagatami.
I like the head and arm choke. So side control, basically anything chokes are going to be. I'm strong, so chokes get on top or side control, knee on belly. Definitely not spider guard. My arms and legs aren't big enough. Getting people on guard, especially like I've only gone against guys bigger than me so far. I haven't gone against anyone that weighed less or smaller. They're
the best. They're so easy to move around.
Yeah. So I'm waiting to when I get someone that I can actually move. But yeah, trying to wrap your legs around. I'm like, okay, quickly get into half guard.
A lot of what I do and what I show is like when I show something, I'm like, I'm thinking conservation of energy. Again, 52. These guys that I'm fighting with are like
He doesn't look 52.
25
Every
to
time he says that, I think
35.
he's lying.
Yeah, I added 10 years. I wish. I'm thinking conservation of energy. What is the path of least resistance for me?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my game is that, like, if I can get them into a lockdown now, I'm holding their leg. I'm not expending a lot of energy, but they're going crazy trying to get their leg out. And they're like, if they don't know what they're doing, they're like flopping around like a fish and they're getting worn out while I'm just conserving my energy. It's also like, I like a lot of side control to north-south position because it's how do you defend somebody going north-south? Like there's not a lot taught. Like we know how to, like, somebody's going to mount me. What should I do? Shrimp, try to catch a leg, get them into the half guard. There's not a lot taught. You can correct me if I'm wrong, coach. Like there's not a lot taught when I'm in side control. Now me going north-south. And now I've got your head and or Kimura's like I haven't seen even a lot taught of how to stop somebody when they're going north-south. It's just not the same as, well, I can stop somebody or catch a leg and get them into a compromising position or at least hold them from.
It's hard to stop someone going north-south. They're already past your guard. Your legs aren't involved.
Yeah.
And if they're taking any time in their setup, they're going to get north-south.
Yeah.
But I think you don't see so much focus on it because it's a non-scoring position. Even with the increased popularity of submission only, your options are like Munson choke, a transition to a inverted katagatami, a regular katagatami, and kimuras, maybe an arm bar. That's about it.
Yeah.
So you can do so many things better from other places minus one or two. So I think
I feel like I'm strongest.
It's a great position if you know how to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, remember that, if I have somebody's arm here, I'm in north-south and I've got their arm stuck, I can come up, lay down.
Yeah. The Americana heel hook. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great transition. And then
all you need is a Munson
choke.
choke.
You can always go back and forth.
As a big boy, you need a Munson choke.
So you say Munson choke. I remember one of his chokes was
north-south choke. Yep. Fingers
in
the armpits.
And he did the X underneath their neck with pressure down.
Yeah. So
you're saying like you're saying like this.
Because if I go here, it's not the same pressure. So the one under the head is thumbs up in a fist. The one coming in will blade underneath and then double thumbs up. Yeah. So I have 4 inches of clearance on my wrist versus guillotine.
But he does that
here.
Okay, he does that, but then he just sits. He lays on their face and is pushing their neck down. It's
use your toes.
I've seen backwards. Him. So you're saying that he does a full choke? You're saying the full choke.
The key comes before all of this. The key is the backward scoot. The key is the backward scoot.
I understand what you're saying.
Right? Because what happens is you're setting them up to be straight ahead. But straight ahead's not what you need. You need them in the ditch.
Yeah.
So what was taught to me was basically like scoot back
Yeah.
until you've got like this much arm
Yeah.
sticking out. So they're in the pocket. And
I'm
then you
saying
just lock up.
he's taught a variation where what you just said plays.
Mm-hmm.
You're 100% right. He did show a north-south, like a dirty north-south, which was he creates an X.
Mm-hmm.
Their head is right here on the X. He's not trying to choke
Oh,
him
he
here.
mother's milks him.
He
Yeah.
puts he's north-south to them, and then he's just pushing down on the face. And it's your neck has that X behind it, and you're getting all that pressure
But that's
of the body.
like you'll get the neck crank call possibly in
Okay.
locals, but he's pro tier. Doesn't matter whether you're folding because remember the call is just that I'm forcibly folding your neck in some way. So when your head's out here, then we're compressing.
Yeah.
But if I'm on your face, I'm forcing the crank.
Okay. So it could be illegal. That could be an illegal position.
You could do it in professional MMA and then in like 80cc and up.
Okay.
You
Does any of that make sense to you? Do you understand the position that we're talking about?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. I love the north-south stuff because, again, path of least resistance, meaning that most people don't train for it or understand how to get out of it. Everything we just described, it's like white to purple. They're probably not even thinking about it. They don't, again, I can't say that I've had any coaches that were like, okay, we're going to do north-south defense. Like that doesn't happen versus like, we're going to show, side control defenses, submission sweeps, I'm going to show you what to do when you're in a bad position. Once you get to the north-south, and I start my north-south out by when I'm in side control, I always pin the arm down with my leg. When I get into side control, I grab the arm and I put it under my leg and I'm in side control like this with their arm pinned. And if they can get it out, it'll help me move to something else. If they pull it out off the top, I can get something else. If they try to go down because they think they're going to sweep me, right? I've got their arm pinned and then they try to get it and go this way. I just pin it with my bottom leg and I'm closer to going to north-south. So it's a little bit of a trap. They dictate where I'm going to go.
Okay.
So
That's great.
It's any side control. Just start when you next time you do side control, when you get to somebody's side control, right? They probably have their arm like this, right? Just grab that arm and pin it and put it under your leg. And then continue doing what you're doing and you're going to start to go, oh shit.
Put your shin
Look
on
at all the stuff it opens up. Because has anybody ever done that to you? Pinned your arm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like a highly taught thing, but do it. And then now you have them here. You've just taken, I tell people it's just like a table has 4 legs. You just took out one of the legs.
Right.
And it's not as strong on 3 legs as it is on the 4, right? So now you've just completely isolated an arm. Now you're only up against really the other arm. If you're in side control, their legs could come into play if they're good at shrimping, but I'd rather be up against one arm than the 2. I'm just sitting on it. And then if you really want to play with it, you can just put enough pressure. I've made people just tap from my shin
bone on meat.
on here. So little tricks. Conservation of energy. These are very low energy submissions or moves where you can get into a position where they're flopping around. They're fighting. Because that arm under there, like, fuck, this sucks. And then you're putting pressure, right? And they're thinking about it. It's hurting. It's stuck. And you get to just go, okay, transition to your next position. And it didn't take a lot of energy out of you. As a matter of fact, right? Like bigger guy, one side control. I'm going to stay there for 10, 15 seconds, catch my breath if I fought to get it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was my, the first couple of weeks, the comments were like, you get done, whether they submitted me or if we just made it through the 5 minutes and we're like, I was just holding you and letting you wear yourself out. And that's basically what I was doing. I was like, okay, so everyone else is doing this to me. I got to figure it out so that I conserve my energy. Because right now, all I'm doing is giving people a break.
I'll also give you one of the best things that I ever did that I just discovered on my own. Excuse me. Was the Grappler's Guide. Jason Scully has 2 different channels. He has a newer one called Jiu-Jitsu in Minutes. It's great. They're free videos. He has the grapplersguide.com where you can join. I think I joined at $99, one-time charge, and you have access to his entire library for your entire life. It's just one time you pay. And he's got high-level guys on there that do instructionals. But honestly, I mostly consume the YouTube stuff. So he's got Grappler's Guide on YouTube, and then he's got Jiu-Jitsu in Minutes, newer channel, but original concept where he'd be like, the video would be like 55 arm locks in 8 minutes. And he just goes through them really quick. It's not a detailed instructional. It's like him flying through it. But what's cool about it is you go, oh shit, I'm always there. Okay, now I know what to do when I get that. Like, so it opened up my eyes. I still, to this day, usually before an open mat, I throw it on, grab a banana and a coffee or whatever. My pre-workout is usually a banana and a coffee. And it's on in the background so I can watch. And at any point, you're just like he's showing a new move constantly. It's just like 5 seconds on this move, 10 seconds on this one. Like, it's just showing. And it's great for opening your eyes to like, what do I do from this position? It kind of answers that before it even comes, like, oh, I'm always there. That's what I do when I'm there. But he's got them for leg locks. He's got them for chokes. He's got them for arm locks. He's got there's a million videos of 55 moves in 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. It's the most valuable thing that I feel like took my jiu-jitsu to another level when I was at white to blue in the beginning. Cause it's like, there was so many of the basics in there. Jiu-jitsu is never ending. That's why it's different from every other martial art. It doesn't end. There's always a new move. There's always a variation. There's always a way to do it because of your body type. So it's infinite. There's an infinite amount of moves. So having somebody throw that at you, there's just things in there. Most of my game has nothing to do with what coaches taught me, except for my lockdown game, which did come from my coach. But then I took it further and watched stuff. So, okay. But Grappler's Guide, Jason Scully, look them up. He's good. Just follow him on YouTube.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
It's amazing stuff. And he now has gone further with breakdowns and longer instructional videos. He does that too. But those jiu-jitsu in minutes, that took me to a whole nother level. That's also why my wife hated jiu-jitsu, because all I was doing was watching YouTube jiu-jitsu shit.
Hey, fellow Jiu-Jitsu dummies. Think about this. How well do you know the people who are training your kids? Does your academy run background checks on all staff members, not just the owner? That's why there's Academy Safe. We mandate those checks, plus crucial U.S. Center for Safe Sport certification and concussion training. But we require even more. Our accredited gyms must also have defibrillators on premises, CPR, first aid, and AED certification, security cameras, verification of coach lineage and ranks, and business insurance. Don't guess. No. Demand safety for your family. Find an accredited gym at academysafe.org. Academy Safe, the highest standards in martial arts safety.
Special thank you to the crew over at Flow and Roll for all their support. Flow and Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow and Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram at flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and remember, you'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
Is your business getting lost online? Black Belt Digital Marketing is a full-service digital marketing agency that helps you get found, get leads, and grow. We specialize in local and website SEO, so your business stands out when customers search. Our website SEO makes sure your site loads fast, ranks high, and stays ahead of AI-driven search, so customers find you first. More visibility, more clicks. More customers write when they're ready to buy. Grow your business online with Black Belt Digital Marketing. Visit bbdigitalmarketing.com or call 9542-204932 today.
So, okay, look, guys, we gotta wrap in a second. Brandon, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you. Hit them with the Instagram handles, do all that good stuff if you want to take a second.
Yeah, you can go to our website, Moo-Jitsu.co. It's MOOJITSU or .co, or at MOO-JITSU.com. So either one, you can follow us on Instagram at moo.jitsu or on TikTok, moo-jitsu.
When I Google if you do Moo-Jitsu,
Yeah,
you
you
guys
just
are
Google
coming
it,
up.
yeah.
It's not like, oh my God, which Moo-Jitsu are they? It's pretty obvious it's you guys.
Yeah. So we've been scooping up the handles, trying to put a lot of content out there. So yeah, check us out. Would love to hear your feedbacks. Tag us in any of your favorite cooking recipes, meals that you've made. Love to get some of yours in the air fryer. It's
man.
a simple, easy way to go.
Yeah, man.
Me?
Yeah, give your final.
Oh, snap, everybody.
Listen up.
Listen up.
We need some
The
good
one,
music right here. Hey, Bo,
the only.
Bo, insert music here.
Are you looking to take your life to the next level? Reaching all new heights of fitness and confidence? All you have to do is learn how to kick ass. You can do that with me at American Top Team Palm Beach Gardens. Come through, check us out.
Sunday. That's the vibe I'm getting. Getting monster truck vibes here.
And of course, fighttape.us. The best, the most elite, high quality, low price, awesome.
Tape and gauze.
And gauze.
Don't forget the gauze.
Get your gauze. Wrap your
We need a
boo-boos.
couple of things of gauze.
Oh, because it doesn't balance
I
well.
thought of something for you. Why don't you take these, put them down, create the thing.
Oh,
and
they
tape
can
them
just
from
go in the
behind.
thing.
No. Oh, that too.
Yeah,
But
that's
if
way
you
better.
tape them in the shape here,
Yeah.
and then it's
It'll
just
stick.
a flat thing that you have like on the back.
I was actually thinking about
You know when
that
you rip a
as it
picture?
fell.
You know when you rip
Yeah,
a
yeah,
picture
yeah.
and then you tape it from behind and then you put it up and it looks like shit, but it's
Yeah.
right like that.
I do.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
Fight tape.
At MMA Coach Ben.
At MMA Coach Ben on Instagram.
Not bullshitting you guys. Great follow. He teaches jiu. I mean, everybody likes to learn differently. You teach jiu-jitsu the way I like to learn it. So give him a follow. Thank you to Leo Optics. Put the sunglasses on. Ooh, shout out to Leo Optics, the go-to brand for sunglasses and apparel, featuring their unique bamboo sunglasses. Show them the. Can we show them the little red stripe right there? You can actually request your belt rank. They'll put blue through, through
someone
the red
ordered
for black belt.
Someone ordered a blue or a purple belt, and they're going to get their brown belt like next week or two before the year ends. They're going to be like, "Shit, I got to buy new glasses."
Yeah, but there's I told you the story that the one time I jinxed myself and bought a rash guard for my brown belt before I got it. I was like, I'm getting it, and I bought it, and then COVID blew out my knee. The day before we were going into hibernation, what the fuck do you call it? We were going into lockdown. First day working from home. Blow out my knee the day before, and wind up not getting my brown belt for like 2 years. Get through that. But coach made me wait another year. I was due. Like they were like in December. They're like, you're gonna get your brown belt in July, just so you know. And I was like, oh, that's great. I think it was like, hey, you're not getting it on this, just so you know. We don't want you to be upset. I was like, I wasn't even expecting it. Hey, we're going to do the brown belt in July. It's like, all right, cool. 2 years later.
Nope.
Freaking, I blame it. I blame COVID and everything on that on me buying a brown rash guard before it was my time. But anyway, check out Leo Optics. LeoOptics.com. Use code JJD for 10% off your order. They support Academy Safe as well. Got a little gift for you. I didn't bring the seasoning, but I brought you a coffee mug.
Hey.
You got your coffee mug. This is Academy Safe coffee mug.
Thank you, sir.
All right. You can have that. Appreciate you coming on. We'll show you how to put that back into that very difficult box in a second. A little housekeeping here. Check us out at Jiu-Jitsu Dummies for all the ways to watch, listen, and support. You can check me out at Uncle Milty BJJ. We miss anything? Shout out to Bo for all his hard work putting these episodes together on the back end. Ryan behind the screen over here. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for watching and listening, everybody. Peace, love, jiu-jitsu.
Peace.